Now, how can these protests be better managed to avoid the loss of lives? We have joining us now former Assistant Inspector General of Police, Austin Ewa. He joins us from Abuja for discussions. Many thanks, AIG Ewa, retired, for joining us at this time. Let's begin with the President's position as of today on this lingering EndSARS protest. He has promised better reforms in the police force. What do you make of that?
Thank you for having me for this program to discuss about the present revolution that is going on in this country. I regard it as a revolution. If you recall very well, last year when the president won this election, he did say that the next 4 years he will focus on the police. Perhaps what is happening now also reminds him of that promise, because now we have both international and national attention that has been presented to the government. For the first time in this country, government officials have come out loud and clear to talk about the police. I think this is a positive indication for the police and for the country.
Right. And then looking at the pattern of the protests in Abuja, where you were at, and even here in Lagos, there has even been more allegations leveled at the quarters of the police of extrajudicial killings and even more violence on the protesters. Do you justify that?
Absolutely not. It's not justified. But then again, it's also part of the problem that we are talking about. Whilst the protesters are talking about reforming the police and ending SARS, you will see some elements within the police that have taken it out of hand and unleashing some level of violence on the public. Yeah, it shows you that the deep problem that the police finds itself and the need for this reform in all ramifications.
All right, so if we talk about deep reforms, for you, what is critical in this mission to sanitize the police?
Come again, I can't hear you.
Talking about sanitizing the police, for you, what should be the very first step? So the president has said banning or scrapping SARS is the first move. What is next from your take?
From my take, already we have community policing that has been designed as the philosophy of policing for Nigeria. I think that is where we should start. I believe, and I think that the Inspector General is doing that, to start with looking at the systems, the processes, the procedures, the general performance of the police with regards to their service delivery. So I expect that the Inspector General of Police will focus on setting up strategies to focus on this area, so that the mechanism of policing is designed in such a way that it provides us with a democratic policing system.
All right,
and apart from that, you will...
Please conclude. Apologies.
Okay.
Apologies
apart from that, it is not as if the Inspector General of Police has not started some level of reforms. I know that the Inspector General of Police is working with the British Council and the ICRC, the International Committee of the Red Cross, to develop some policies and standard operating procedures that you usher in standards in policing and also usher in some level of professional competence in the policing. I'm sure that in the next couple of months, the public will see some of these policies that the IG is working on.
All right, retired Assistant Inspector General of Police Austin Ewa, thank you for speaking with us on TVC News.
Thank you.